What is up, guys? This is Mark with the Mic. This is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark with the Mic, joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got wrestling. We got NXT TakeOver 30. And we got SummerSlam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got reviews. We're going to talk about the event. I think that's what this cast will be because there's a lot of things going on. And we'll go mainly on the matches of NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam.
Okay.
I guess we'll start with TakeOver because it was first.
Okay.
Anything new before we go into these things?
No, but I'll save the maybe some AEW stuff for the end. That's
Okay, cool. All right, because I didn't get to watch it, so yeah, you could add what you need to. Also Impact. I'm actually looking forward to this Tuesday. You have Willie Mack versus Brian Myers, and you also have the rematch of Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordan Gracie.
Nice.
So definitely check out Impact. I think Tuesdays. You can watch it on Twitch TV at 8:00, or if you have Access TV, it's on there.
Cool.
All right, so we'll go into AEW. I'll look for the results.
I was gonna say actually this week's AEW was actually pretty entertaining. I usually don't dump on them, but man, do they do things that make me go, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
So this week I was glad to have watched the entire episode, and I was like, everything thoroughly entertained me. I didn't hate the Bucks match this week. Everything made sense. I love the dynamic at the end of the match though.
Okay.
With the 8-man tag, where Eddie Kingston came out and gave them the tough love speech. Talking about we got to be a family because we used to be on the Independence. I didn't know the connections between all those guys. Like I said, I don't know the Butcher and the Blade from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So at least I'm getting more context.
Yeah.
So they're giving me a reason to give a crap about these guys, which is good.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had Jericho announce his Mimosa match that he's gonna have against Orange Cassidy, where so the stipulation is a regular match, but also you can get thrown into a vat of I suppose it's gonna be a giant mimosa.
Yeah.
They tell you how many gallons and everything. The promo is more funny than me telling you, so that's what that was.
Okay.
But that's the thing to expect. Moxley had a badass promo.
Cool.
I loved the MJF segment, especially him being beat up. But they added a new wrinkle to the match. They're petitioning to get the paradigm shift ban from wrestling. So there was a purpose to this promo, to that whole segment. So I like it.
Cool. And Smart Mark Sterling was on it. Super Bowls.
Who his spokesman was?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because he helped sell a big part too. So I like that.
Yeah, that's Mark. Yeah, he's the one that does the Major Wrestling cast with the guys. He's the third person.
So, obviously the big news was Cody getting his ass whooped. It was a real ass whooping.
Good.
And you know what? It felt good too.
It felt good.
I know Scott Steiner don't like it.
It felt good. I saw that. Brody Lee is the new TNT champion. I didn't get to see the match, so I kind of want to see him get destroyed. So I'm looking forward to that.
You know what? Cody takes an ass whooping real good.
Good.
To be honest, that actually, I don't know his experience with New Japan. Has he been there, Brody Lee?
Probably years ago. I haven't seen him. I would love to see him in New Japan.
Because you know what? This felt like a New Japan match. There was he was hitting hard from the word go. He threw him outside. They threw him to the guardrails. They were fighting in the crowd. No, they weren't fighting. Cody was getting his ass beat in the crowd. It was just, he was from up and down. But it didn't feel like a squash match. It just looked like a dude getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, this is a different way of doing it. And it was good. And so, yeah. Dark Order looks badass.
Cool.
And they whooped his ass on the stretcher too. Yo,
yeah.
you might want to watch that.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
But I just wanted, before we wrap it up, my favorite news was Thunder Rosa had a promo, and she's announcing that she's challenging Shida at their next pay-per-view.
Nice.
Because
that's all out, right? It's coming.
September 5th is what the date they keep saying. So I guess
Yeah,
that's it.
it's one of those
So,
free things. So it's gonna be like a 2 night event. It's gonna be one Wednesday, then the following Wednesday,
all right, good
or
stuff. Good
whatever
stuff.
days they have because NBA is kind of like fucking their shit up.
Yeah, definitely understand. I will say though, again, this was the most entertaining episode
Cool.
of Dynamite for a while.
Cool. I'm glad because I'll finish. I'll watch the FTR tag match in the beginning and
That was really good too. There was a moment
yeah.
where they got intense and they got Private Party to step up a little bit.
I,
So it was
I
like, all
think
right.
I think they had to really showcase their style more into the tag division. I think it'll help them a lot if they let him be what he is in the tag division.
Watch that tag match. It
Yeah, it was
gets
good.
pretty good.
I watched it. That was the only match I
What?
got to see.
So yeah, that was an indication of like the entire show. It's like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's good. That's good to know. I'll definitely try to catch it throughout the week. Because again, we have Monday Night Raw, and supposedly Keith Lee is supposed to be debuting on Monday Night Raw. I hate when they do
yes,
that.
sir. I know, but I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
And kind of scared.
Well, at least they didn't like show it in NXT like during Takeover. They showed it on Smash, so you knew what happened.
Also, I will point out due to the other revelation that we had at the end of SummerSlam,
Yeah.
it's kind of gonna be like, damn, they're not gonna be in the same show. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's what I want, Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Him and Roman to go at it. Like,
Yeah. We'll get that eventually.
I don't want to wait though.
Well, there's talent in Raw that he could work with. I would love to see him and Drew. Definitely him and Drew. Actually, if you go into the network, they have the Evolve matches. You actually see a match between them two.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'll watch it when I get a chance. You have a new champion, Brody Lee. He's the new TNT champion. Good.
Yes, sir.
Happy to hear it. I do want to see him in New Japan. Now you actually have my thoughts flowing with what he could do in New Japan. He'd be like a rebringing of this dude. Damn, I can't think of his name right now. He's known for everyone. Everyone loves him. Fuck.
Is he good? Like, what's
he
his
was famous
move?
in Japan. I just can't think of his name right now.
What's his? You don't remember his move?
He was in Dark Side of the Ring. He had one of the stories. God damn it, I can't think of it.
Talking about the real Brody guy? Or talking about,
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, him.
Oh, because there's so many people with the actual fake name
Yeah.
that it's hard to remember the real name.
Yeah, I forget what the fuck his name. Dark Side.
I got you.
I'm mad because I can't think of his name right now, and I just drew a blank. Episode guide. Let's see. Damn it, I can't think of his name.
Is he alive or dead?
He's dead. He got killed in Puerto Rico.
Oh, talking about the original Brody. What was it, Brody?
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know what it is. It's not Lee.
I just god damn, how the fuck did I forget his name? I'm trying to find out his episode.
Well, see, I don't think he had a last name. It was Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody, there you go. Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, that's why you probably thinking
I'm so
Brody
angry.
was the first part.
I'm sorry.
I
forgot
yeah, I know.
that.
I get you.
Yeah, Bruiser Brody. So he could be like a new carnation of Bruiser Brody. Like he has the same body style and everything, and he actually wrestles very similar to Bruiser Brody.
Well, I mean, I assume that's his name, right? That's why they.
Yeah.
Him and the other guy have that name.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of a tribute to him.
Yeah.
Because it's like saying my name is The Rock something.
Yeah.
And then being like, did you like The Rock? And I tell you no, you'd be like, you lying.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like to see him in I think New Japan could fit him really well. And then he's a big guy too. He's tall.
Yeah.
They like those guy jeans, the big ones. So we'll see. Anyway, NXT Takeover was first on Saturday. Good show. I was slightly disappointed with the main event.
I was just sad.
Yeah.
I was sad. Once I saw Cross got hurt, I was like, oh.
Yeah, and it was pretty in in the middle of the match as well.
They had 10 minutes left. I was like, oh. You never want to see something like that
Yeah,
happen. Just like,
and
and he had to win, but jeez, dude, it's just like you can't hide it.
nah, you can't.
It was like Drew. It was similar. I mean, although Drew was literally the end of the match,
Yeah,
but like it was similar to Drew. It was just
it
like,
was.
damn.
I'll say more Balor.
That's what came to
Yeah,
mind.
Balor. Like
Truthfully.
Balor happened like right when they went out the ring, so he wrestled all, like almost the whole match with the separated shoulder. He made it worse wrestling the whole match.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But like, yeah, you see it like, oh no, he's gonna win and he's hurt. Yeah, that does remind me
yeah,
of Balor. Poor
yeah.
guy.
And yeah, so we'll find out later today if he actually has to go for surgery.
I hope not. That
Yeah.
would suck.
But
You
then,
just won the championship. That's like
yeah,
champ. Well, at least Champa got to be a bad guy for a while.
yeah,
Damn.
it's sad when they do shit like that.
And I
It
saw
shit
what
happens.
happened. It was just and it was an innocent thing. Like that was literally. Well, we'll get into it later. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like wow.
So, first match, if you did watch the pre-show, you got a tag team number contender match. You had Breezango. They defeat Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch and Legado del Fantasma.
Okay, cool. This I did not see. So how did you get to see
It was
it?
a fun match. I think it was too fast. Like it was a quick match, but it was a fun match to see. Everyone worked really well together. Had a lot of good tag moves and everything. And I love Breezango, so they're the number one contenders for the tag titles.
Yeah, I hope they win this time.
Me too.
No shenanigans.
We need them to have the title. Just one. They don't have to win again after that.
Before Fandango gets hurt for real.
Yeah,
Stop it.
right. Do it while he's good. Do it while he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I give the match a. It was a fun. Like again, I wish it was a little longer, so I'll give it like a 3.75. Just the fact that the length of it just didn't get me invested enough.
Okay, got you.
I wanted to be invested because I like those tag teams. So I think they could have did more. Maybe another like 5 minutes or even 6 minutes into it would have been cool.
Gotcha.
The first match of the night, Finn Balor, he defeats Timothy Thatcher.
This is my match of the night. This, I mean, I kind of wish it was for something, but whatever. It was to settle a score. Um, I will say that just the more I see a Timothy Thatcher, the more of a fan of his I am.
Yeah,
But I will say it was funny to listen to the commentary and hear them not be able to correctly uh, analyze how Finn Balor was going to tackle this match.
yeah,
Because you can hear in the beginning, they're going on and on about Thatcher's skills as Thatcher's catch can and all this stuff.
yeah,
And he's like, oh no, Balor's not going to be able to match him. And then the bell rings and Balor's already got him all tied up. I'm like, you guys really, really underestimate the dude in front of you. You
yeah,
need to stop. Like that again, the reason I like Finn Balor is because he's not just, oh yeah, he looks cool and does like XYZ. It's because he's really talented.
yeah.
So that's again, when you get to see that side of Finn Balor, thank you. So it was a good match.
I really dug this match. It was a fun match, and again, Thatcher, like I'm becoming a fan more too because I like this style of wrestling. I like old school technical matches. I was a big fan of Benoit and Bret Hart and like Bret Hart, Dean Malenko and guys like that were like they do technical shit and like they work on body parts and they make sense in their matches, and that's something I miss, and I appreciate his style. So having Balor go into it and actually sell and actually do the moves and actually going toe to toe with submissions and things like that, I always like seeing Balor in that element, and I think he's a better wrestler than WWE lets him be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think NXT has been a welcome home kind of thing, and letting him be what he could be, and that's the best Balor you could get.
Yes.
So I give this a 4.5.
Yeah, I give it 4.5. I give it 4.75.
Yeah.
It was damn near the best match the whole weekend, I would say.
Damian Priest wins the ladder match against you had Bronson Reed, you had Johnny Gargano, Cameron Grimes, and Velveteen Dream.
Shout outs to Bam Bam.
That was a dope
Bam
suit.
Bam. Carson, I love how he went online and he was like, "Yo, Mattel, what's up?"
Yeah, I was like, "Yep, do it, do it."
It kind of makes you wish he won the match, though.
You know,
I'm just saying.
I kind of wanted him to win too, and I think after that big like spot with Candice LeRae on his back, I thought he was gonna win.
That okay. So I'm giving this match right out of the gate. I'll just say I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I would have gave it a 4.5 if it had ended with the splash.
Yeah.
I felt like the match, it did the takeoverness where you do a ladder match, but you do things you've never seen before, and
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
They did a lot of things that you just haven't seen, right?
Yeah.
But then they just kept going to a point where it was like overkill.
Yeah.
Where you had a really cool moment where you use Johnny's character and his evil wife comes out and helps him.
Yeah.
And she's a wrestler, so she can get in there and mix it up, and it leads to some cool situations.
Yeah.
And like you said, the cool ass splash with her on his back. And had he done that and then won, I would have been perfectly fine with the end of the match.
Yeah.
Because it was like you overcame all the odds of the other guys. You had this unseen element of a female wrestler jumping in where you can't hit her.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh snap! He found a way to get the main villain Johnny and her out of the way at the same time. Like, that's genius.
Yeah.
So
I liked the match. Again, I felt like maybe 5 minutes less.
Yeah.
There was too many. It was just became like a spot fest more than an actual match, and like after a while, it's just like, okay, I see. Like this is one of the matches I didn't really care who won. I think anyone would have been fine winning this title match. I kind of wanted Cameron Grimes, especially in this match, because what he was doing and how he was getting away with getting up there, and I got really mad at Velveteen Dream hit the belt and didn't grab it.
I got mad he went up there so high and then played stupid. I'm like,
that just made me mad. I was like,
But I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
But Damian Priest probably has one of the best Triple H pictures.
Yeah,
the title.
I saw.
It was pretty cool. I bet you.
Congratulations. Glad he won again.
North American champion Damian Priest, and bet you he had to cut his pants off after going in the water because
they shrunk.
Yeah, leather, like whatever he's wearing, it doesn't go good with water. Anyway, this match, the next match I'll say was probably the surprise. Like this week, you had Dominic had his first match, and then Pat McAfee.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Yo, this match, I actually think this was my match of the night.
Okay.
My only problem with this match was the end.
I can see that.
But he showcased that he had passion for the business, and he actually, Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee, they did a hell of a job. And Pat went with everything. He did a lot, and he looked like he actually belonged in the ring.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that stood out to me was that, he likes to really show his ability in everything he does, and he like he said, he does everything to 100%. So you could tell he was like, he trained to 100%, and it was no damn 2 weeks.
Yeah,
shut up that.
He's been wrestling for a while. He's been training for a while. But it was a great match. They did a great job adding everyone to the match. The great spots. My only gripe with this match was he walked to Adam Cole to get the power done on him, and that annoyed the shit out of me.
He ain't like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
Finish him.
But he walked to him. He got up and walked, and then go be pissed off.
You right.
So
that made no sense.
That kind of gave me points less. So I'll give it a 4.5 as well.
I'll give it for the effort. I would give it a 4.5. But I mean, mainly for me, McAfee is just entertaining in the ring.
Yeah, he just talks so much shit. It was great.
Yeah, he's so consistent with his shit talking. He's fluent with going from one moment doing something that you don't expect him to do to basically showing off. I'm like, oh, that's not too many people can do that. And I'm like, damn, he's a natural at it. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match. I recommend everyone seeing it. Like he surprised shit out of me. So
the moment of the night is definitely that flip.
Yeah.
Definitely him landing that flip.
Yeah. Next match, NXT Women's Championship, Leo Shirai versus defeating Dakota Kai. I'm sad that I did not like this match.
I'm sad that it was so weird. It had
And
too many spots during it where it was just like, this is like clearly they don't know what they're doing with each other.
yeah,
So it's like they just haven't wrestled each other enough.
it's bad when the spot, the part of this match that I loved was not the part of the match. It was Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez stepping up to each other. That was my favorite part of the match.
I know, right? That's kind of funny. But
So
it's like, dude, it started funky. Like, did
yeah,
she knock herself out or something?
yeah,
She
it
flipped
was.
and landed on her head.
Yeah,
Like,
it was off. Just the match in general, like their chemistry was off, and I think I've seen them wrestle better. So, hopefully, they could get back and do a better match. But I was very disappointed with it. I give this a 2.
I gave it a 3. It didn't overstay its welcome, but it just was like, yeah, like you said, I've seen those two do better against each other. So
Yeah,
like, that was the sad part.
yeah. So something was off, and I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not gonna make excuses, but I want to see something better. I won't mind them trying this match again, and just hopefully it would be a lot better match.
Yes, I agree.
Because I don't want Dakota Kai to go down either. Because I think she's doing great as a heel. I think her character is working, and then Io Shirai is working as well. But I just their chemistry was. It was just, I just like two rubber bands, like rubber balls, just bouncing off each other. It was
Yeah.
none. There was no chemistry there.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give it a 2. Like it's bad when the spot that I loved was not part of the match.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then our main event for NXT Takeover, Karrion Kross defeats Keith Lee to become the NXT champion. I wanted more from this match.
Yeah. And I think everybody wanted more from this match.
I think now the fact that we watched SummerSlam and you know what's happening with Keith Lee, you understand it. But I feel the way you were building this story was for Keith Lee to win, because you're having the whole Apollo Creed moment with Karrion Kross and Dominik Dijakovic, and then all of a sudden like he didn't get his kind of revenge.
Yeah, that's weird that they're just immediately taking him like that,
Yeah,
which is kind of one of the things I don't like, period,
yeah,
that WWE does. Is just, oh, yeah, well, I want a new toy. Goodbye.
yeah,
Um, but as far as the match went, it was just like, I was setting up to probably to be a really good match, but unfortunately, 2/3 of the way through, Cross got hurt.
yeah.
And they had to, you could tell they had to alter what they were going to do. I mean, again, credit to the guys in the ring, because they don't just stop the match. They
No.
find a way to get through it.
Yeah.
And they really did find ways to get through the match. I can't give it more than a 3 though.
Yeah,
I was just so sad. Because
You know what?
I know what they were going to do. Because
Yeah,
if you can go by the result, you knew they were trying to make Cross come across as a monster.
yeah,
So we didn't get to see him do what he had planned, probably because he couldn't physically do it anymore. So
yeah.
that's the part I was like,
I feel like, again, I think how the story was built, I felt like Keith Lee should have like got the win, but like by barely of his teeth kind of shit, like barely getting the win. Like it took a lot for him to take it. But I think it would have told a story in that sense. But then again, I knew where they were going with Karrion Kross, and the fact that on SummerSlam we did see what was going to happen with Keith Lee, so it makes sense in that way. The match itself, again, like it's hard to judge when someone actually gets hurt, but we do got to review it. And I entertained? Not so much. There was a lot of like rest holds, a lot of slopping, a lot of it was just not like the first match, like not the match before. There was just no chemistry. There was chemistry there. It just they couldn't do it. So I'm gonna be a 2.75. Like I'm not. I don't think it was. I don't think it's like right in the middle. I think they had too many problems that they couldn't like salvage the match.
Mm-hmm.
They tried, but for what they were trying to build with Karen for Cross, I feel like they didn't get to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And I felt bad that he tried to lift that belt with the arm that he fucked up.
That sucks. Like, don't you know what just happened? Jeez.
You know that shit weighs. It was like Balor. It reminds me a lot of Balor because Balor happened early in the match and he had to suffer and go through it. Luckily,
but his was like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, and then
this
Balor
was like 10, 15 in.
Yeah, lucky with Balor, a lot of his moves especially when he was in the main roster, didn't require a lot of lifting.
And he was fighting Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
He wasn't fighting a giant man like Keith Lee.
But a lot of his moves don't require like lifting anyway. Like he does like the side effect and things like that. They all involve your body moving, but they don't involve like him lifting anybody.
Yeah. I'm just saying, listen, the difference in who they had to fight definitely helped them.
Yeah. So overall, what do you give NXT?
I give NXT maybe I want to say 3.75.
Okay.
Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst by far, but it was just like
it wasn't the better ones. They had like NXT takeovers. Luigi has a reputation of being some of the best pay-per-views, and this one
I got two matches that didn't meet my expectations. Basically, everything else was all right. You know, I had a little nitpicks here, but two of the main matches, just didn't meet the expectations because they was kind of funky.
Yep.
That's what it was.
I give this 3.5. Like it wasn't like I've seen the takeovers. Like it's hard to come with a bad show, but this was probably one of the bad takeovers.
But I got two really good things that I'll probably remember from it is that Thatcher and Balor and McAfee doing that flip. So
and that match did what it needed to do, and the hype behind it was great. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're moving on to SummerSlam.
You never see it coming.
You're not gonna see it coming, but I did. I heard that line so many times. I wanted to start punching people.
Freaking Vince said it. God, dude, what's the matter with you, old man? Stop that.
Vince's like, hey.
Just.
So we're gonna start off. The kickoff show had the United States Championship. Apollo Crews defeats MVP.
Okay, I did not get to see that.
It was okay, match.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Okay. Any special shenanigans or anything happen?
They tried to help, but they didn't work out. And then Apollo wins, and then Bobby Lashley tries to attack him, but he gets out the ring before he gets there. My only gripe with the match is the fact that, again, you're trying to sell me Hurt Business being this threat, and they seem like they're losing too much. Except for Lashley. Lashley's the only one that hasn't lost.
True that.
But he loses tag matches.
This is true.
So, anyway. Our first match of SummerSlam, SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley defeats Asuka.
This was probably one of the better matches I mean, again, I look back and like the entire card, no, it was pretty good except one match I felt.
Yeah.
So it kind of set the trend for the night of this was like pretty good, but not quite the best match you've seen them have.
Yeah.
I still think the first match they had on Monday Night Raw was like excellent.
Yeah.
Probably one of Bayley's best matches as the heel character. But this match was pretty good still. I like that you could see the chemistry. Yeah. I do. Again, when we talk about things that don't seem to flow together, this match, they've at least done their job in getting to really work well with Asuka, and I mean both Sasha and Bayley. So
yeah, they both did.
I just hate the roll up.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks, and the story they told in the match was the leg.
Yeah,
and if you're gonna tell the story of the leg, she didn't do a leg specific roll up. She could have did a submission, had Asuka tap. They could have cheated. It would have made more sense for what they did later on.
Yeah,
but for the match itself, I still give it a 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. Like it was a good competitive match. Their chemistry has gotten so much better from the days of they fought each other in NXT. Like they had that one big match, and that's when Asuka got the title. After that, they haven't touched hands until recently. So a lot of their matches good. I've seen again the Monday Night Raw one. I think is a better match, but this one was well balanced throughout the match. I kind of wish again they're as Bayley and Sasha, they should be working on something on Asuka because both are fighting her. So like the leg being the target, should have had going directly at the leg. Right when Bayley won, Sasha should have came in with a chair right to that leg. Things like that. So basically, you have Asuka limping coming back into the next match, not dancing to the next match.
But you have to blame Asuka. You have to blame whoever tells them to go out there and do that.
Yeah.
Because she came out with her full gear again.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. I honestly, I would have, what I did, this is how I would have done it. And this is just me, and this is how my creative booking and things like that. I would have had them beat the shit out of Asuka after Bayley won. Bayley winning is fine. After, when Sasha comes out and things like that, you see a whole different demeanor in Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
You have Asuka like ready to kill somebody kind of shit.
Yeah.
Don't have her just coming out dancing and things like that. No, have her serious, have her limping, have her selling the move, but also coming for vengeance and coming for blood. And that's the one I want to see Asuka, her serious form, not smiling, not nothing, just fucking pissed. And I think they could have easily did that, and they didn't.
Yeah, but that's the later match, though. But for this one, what you feel?
This one, again, I give the 4. Like, the chemistry is there. It's just that I didn't like the roll-up. I feel like, again, like we getting roll-ups and little, like, cheap wins. I feel like that was the gimmick, too. The whole, you didn't see that coming.
True that.
The roll-ups are, you don't see those coming. It's bullshit. Anyway, I give it a 4. Next match was the tag team title match. Street Profits defeat Andrade and Angel Garza. With this match, I'm very disappointed with just how they. So we actually had a story. They actually had Bianca Belair part of the story, and they actually had footage of Bianca Belair going to Zelina Vega's house and beating her ass on her fucking Twitch channel, things like that, which WWE failed to show. And I feel like there was more of a story that was being told on Twitter and between them two and shit that we got to actually see, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, and they dropped it. Was it on Raw last week?
Yeah.
So yeah, they basically was like, nah, we don't care.
Yeah, so it made me not like when I didn't see Bianca Belair come out with them and things like that. I was like, this is a moment that you could easily use Bianca Belair as a bonus kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the match was good. Like they have good chemistry. The match was actually good. It was a fun tag match and stuff like that. I think they could have did more in general as a tag team than they usually do. Usually just see like the saves and things like that. You don't actually see like the tag moves and stuff. And I feel like they could do that more.
True.
Andrade and Garza actually had matching outfits, so that was cool.
Yeah, I noticed. And what was the name? Was she Melina?
She was Diva from Overwatch.
Oh, she was Diva. Okay, I knew it was one of the two because she had the purple. I was like, the purplish pink, and I'm like, is that okay? Gotcha.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Cool. So I liked the match a lot. It was pretty good. It was again, we seen them fight so many times. It's like it's not special anymore. So you had to do something. You had to do something extra.
Yeah. And
they didn't really do anything extra. I will say they gave you the bonus of having KO on commentary, which is always good.
Yeah.
And Montez Ford turning in midair like that was that shit is ridiculous. Yeah. So there's that. I would get the best of 4. Like it wasn't the best one, but for me it was solid enough, and it had stuff that made me go, all right, you guys. But
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 3.5.
I was gonna say for me to be called a special though, they took too many elements away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, But what I saw in the ring, it was like, oh okay.
I was just mad that like they had a story. You told us the story before the match, and y'all didn't like connect all the story together.
Mm-hmm.
Like you actually showed us the whole thing that was going on, and y'all just didn't like continue it. And that kind of bothered me because just like my investment in the match wasn't there because of that. I did like them again. I feel like they don't do enough tag stuff, and I've seen especially Street Profits do some great tag moves. So I would like to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it was good. It was decent. Yeah, 3.5. I'm gonna give it 3.5. Next match. This one is probably my favorite storyline match in this show. I think these two delivered 100% on this story, and I actually was invested. The next match is Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville.
This match was built up to high heaven, and it was a letdown.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know why she lost the match. They changed the stipulation. Like you could just tell people, hey, she's not gonna be here. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? So then it just turns it into that. Loser leaves WWE, and then it's like it almost changes the dynamic of what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you feel more comfortable. I was expecting a visual spectacle at the end of the match.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
I got to see a woman cry.
Yeah.
That didn't help. So this was probably my most disappointing match from like the best situation, the best build up coming in to it, and then I get here and it's like you didn't use the table. She rolled off. There was a lot of just not goodness going down in the match.
Yeah.
There was for two people who should have all the chemistry in the world. This was probably like one of their worst matches.
Yeah. I love the story build up going in. I think it's probably one of the best stories being told right now. Like in the pay-per-view, it was probably one of the best build-ups. The situation with Sonya Deville is not good. The whole fucking stalker and almost getting killed and things, or like stalking their house. She had a blade on and things like that. Her cutting her hair before a trial it was not going to help her. So, yeah, they wanted. That's the reason why they cut the hair versus hair, because she is going to be going to trial for that stalker and shit. The match itself, like, it was kind of sloppy. I wish it was more aggressive.
Yeah, it just wasn't good. Yeah. I didn't like it. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to like it. I tried to like it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not one of Manny's best matches, and nowhere near as one of Sonya's best matches. Yeah. So together, it was just like a bag of disappointment. Yeah.
And for one of the best storylines told. So it's sad that that's how we got there. But I understand like the Sonya Deville situation, but it still didn't show in the match. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, well, I'll put it to you this way: I didn't know none of that. I'm just a casual fan. So me looking at what I'm expected to watch on the screen, I was just like, what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
So
I give it a 2.
Yeah, I give it a 2.
Like, the story was there. They could have easily told the story, and we didn't get what we should have got.
It's just the match was, like, bad. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
I feel like they could. I feel like they told the story in a few matches where they said, we're going to use the arena.
Yeah.
And they didn't use it at all.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So this was one of them. This was a no DQ false count anywhere match or something like that. No, it was it was no DQ, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody went through a table. One of them got their head banged off a table a few times.
She banged her own head on the table.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It was really just a disappointment. So yeah, I'm just really sad about that
one. Next match, Seth Rollins defeats Dominic Mysterio.
Speaking of disappointment, this is the complete opposite. I was pleasantly surprised. Although I will call bullshit on how strong Dominic supposedly is now, that he can just hit Murphy and have him turn around and not hit him back. You know what I'm saying? There were a few spots where Dominic's punches was doing a little too much damage. They put his damage all the way up. So
he came in with his handicap high.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm supposed to believe this? If there were a few things that I think Dominic, as a smaller person fighting bigger people, needs to work on. But outside of that, this was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah, he
I
impressed me.
really dug the story parts. I like that. That's not his? Listen, I don't know.
That's his
I
that's
don't know
his
the
real
Rey
mom.
Mysterio family.
That's his
Is that
mom.
his mother or is that just Rey Mysterio's wife?
That's his mother.
Okay,
Rey
because
Mysterio had the same. Been married to her since he was like 16,
I
17.
have no. Again, okay,
Yeah, they were
cool.
high school
All right,
sweethearts. So yeah,
all
they've
right,
been together for many moons.
got you. So, with that said, I like the way they had her there. They had the element of her watching from as
Yeah,
close as being right there, and even though I thought Ray wasn't going to come out there,
yeah,
that's what I thought he was going to tell him to do.
yeah.
But he came out there, he got involved, but it all served to make the match good. So it
The only
worked.
thing I would have changed that I would have had Dominic take the win
Nah,
because
I would. I like the Seth one,
but I'm like yo, like they have not won a match.
but you he wasn't beating Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but they haven't won a match. That's the only thing. Like
Yeah,
like him
I
winning will actually like cause the revenge unless we're gonna keep getting this angle and they're gonna keep going with it.
I
Which I'm most likely they
and
are
I
because
understand that. I understand that,
yeah,
but I also feel like it's not over.
yeah,
Yes, but I also feel like this match particular, yeah, he wasn't gonna win
yeah,
unless they really came out and beat the hell out of Seth
yeah.
together and somehow double teamed up on him. But like he didn't even really get that much. Where it was like, yeah, he hit you with a frog splash and got you with a kendo stick a few times,
I was
but
ugly as far as
Seth
flash.
again wailed on that boy.
Yeah,
So nah, I it was okay for me.
I will see. Hopefully, like most likely it's gonna be in Payback because Payback is a bitch.
Yeah,
They're gonna do
I
that.
did.
Watch. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that tomorrow.
I
Just watch.
I will put it this way: this match did not feel like the end of the story. That's
Yeah,
probably why it didn't make me go. It needed a conclusion like that. It was just like, oh no, there's more. So
yeah. I think they're gonna have one more match. I think Payback would be the last match, and then I think it most likely would be a tag match.
yeah,
It would be
but from an
Mysterio and
entertainment,
Dominic versus Buddy and Seth.
from what they asked me to watch, was I entertained? Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I give it a 4. Good on him. I like his outfit. I don't like that his hood was still on his thing.
yeah.
Take that off before you get choked, man. Come on. Be
I'm
smart.
gonna give it a 3.75.
Mhm.
Next match, Asuka defeats Sasha Banks for the Raw Championship. So again, going into what we said before, I would have had her go more vicious in this match and be more dominant. But then again, also I would have had Sasha go directly for that leg the moment the bell rang.
She didn't do what she should have done, which was some what Bailey did towards the end of the match
Yeah,
was attack it, submit, do submissions on it, cheat around that, put that body part in a position for like Bailey to be outside and like run it into the post or something.
yeah,
There was just too much that Sasha didn't do that would have made more sense for the situation they presented us with.
yeah,
So that's probably the only thing I would take away from the match. Other than that, again, you can see the chemistry here.
yeah.
They've been fighting each other for a good like 2-3 months now, and they've gotten to a point where when they get in the ring, they still show you things you didn't see,
That
and
power
it's still
bomb.
entertaining. So
That power bomb.
yeah,
That
that
hurt
was
me.
actually really good though.
That hurt my back.
They've been flirting with that for the longest
Yeah.
time, and they finally got it to a point where they could do it together, and it was done right. And I'm like, good. It looked great.
I think someone mentioned that on Oscar's feed. They're like, "Oh man, you hit your head." She was like, "Nope, I'm strong."
So like
It didn't
again,
hurt.
like that's again, it's a trust thing, man.
Yeah. It was
So
that power bomb was like that thud was scary. It was like
it was
ooh.
perfect though. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. Like give Sasha something else to our arsenal.
yeah,
I dig it.
yeah,
So for me, it was a 4. I would say 4.5, but I don't take away for the leg thing. It was just like you
yeah.
gave Sasha the clear path to victory, and you didn't use it enough.
Exactly. Like like that would have been the first strike you do once she got in the ring.
And I didn't even like the interference they did have because
Yeah,
it was like they tried to make it look like the story was, oh, she didn't really try to do anything.
yeah,
But she got hit in the face.
yeah.
I took a back fist to the face for you. That's not enough. Come on. If you couldn't win from that, that's your fault.
That's true.
Which also, again, I give credit to Sasha and Asuka is the chemistry of being able to smoothly transition from each other's moves like that. At
Yeah.
the end, they was just counter after counter, and it didn't look messy or like, what are you doing? It
Yeah.
was like, oh snap, they have gotten to that point where Asuka knows how to counter the bank statement,
Yeah.
and Sasha can get out of the Asuka lock.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You showed me that.
That's
So
good. I give it a
yeah,
4. I give it a 4. What we just said, like there was stuff there that should have been used and it wasn't used. But other than that, I can't like put more on that match. The match was actually really good. So, next match, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre defeats Randy Orton.
this is a really really good match.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I like Randy when he works.
Yeah.
Randy came to work. He tried to hit him with like 17 RKOs. I love that. Every
Yeah.
time he did it, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn. Truth be told, I kind of wanted Randy to win. I love Drew, but
Yeah.
Randy's on a roll. Not anymore now, but he was on a roll, so
Yeah.
I was expecting him to win.
Um.
But it was a good match. It told a hell of a story. I loved how this is a credit to Drew McIntyre, how he shows the frustration during the match.
Yeah.
That was a key thing. The entire first 5 minutes was Randy being a straight up dick.
Yeah.
And you could see it, and it was pissing him off, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner don't like it though, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Scott Steiner's like, there's no.
Nobody could be a dick but me.
Exactly. I liked the match a lot. Watching it the second time, I got to appreciate it a bit more. I like what they did. I like the story they told. I think this was probably my favorite match of the night. The aggressiveness was there. Just everything worked well with them. I just wanted to see Randy Orton get Claymore. That was my only thing. That was a disappointment.
He deserves it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
wanted to see him get Claymored. I didn't like the roll up finish because again, I hate the tagline. Oh, out of nowhere. Like fuck you.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. You're right. No, you're right.
So I think the matches they all of them had that gimmick of out of nowhere kind of thing, and it just pissed me off.
And that's, to be perfectly honest, that's probably the one thing I could fault this match with. It was the end.
Yeah.
Was that the last move you did was the thing that made me go, oh, that sucks.
What I would have changed, I would have had him miss the RKO. He did the roll up, he kick out, he'll catch the RKO, he pushes him, and then he runs Claymores.
He could do it from anywhere, right? So
Exactly.
yeah.
He runs Claymore, or even Drew tries to go for his own RKO, and then Randy Orton goes for the punt, and then he misses, and he catches Claymore.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. There's a lot that could be done, but other than that, it was a really good match. I think it was my match of SummerSlam, so I'll give it a 4.75. That end, you ain't gonna get the 5.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And then our main event.
Yes, I after talking about Mandy and Sonya, this probably is definitely gonna get a lower score because it's now. I was disappointed in that, but then you reminded me about this, and this is my actual most disappointing match of the night.
Yeah,
because this was the match where they literally spent the budget and did all types of stuff for it and made a big ass 15 part storyline, and here we are at the end, and it was the most generic, basic match I've ever seen.
This match,
falls count anywhere. What?
This
you
match
did one pin.
Was Avengers Endgame, directed by Uembo.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
That's what the equivalent of this match was.
Oh man.
I just got chills and scared for a second.
No, I hope I hope there's no parodies out there. Please no.
And there are parodies, but
no, not by him. By him.
Oh man. So before we get into the match, because the match itself was just sloppy as fuck. We talked about this on the last cast, and I actually liked how we did that cast because we just went mainly for the big storylines and kind of like digest and talked about it. And I think we should sometimes we do more like that because I think we hit the nail on a lot of the main like focus storylines.
True that.
And something we did because I listened to it recently. I listened to it the other day just to get my just remember what we did last week kind of thing. I always listen to the cast just to see how everything is going. We talked about Alexa Bliss and the use of her. There was nothing.
We had so many ideas. We had so many, like,
oh man,
even in their universe, we had ideas, and they managed to not use anything.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
And then I feel like if you're gonna use the Fiend, he should always have some sort of a cinematic kind of thing towards him. Not like every match has to be a cinematic match, but he should have the power to do anything.
You're right.
So, like, say for instance, he's losing, he could shut the lights off.
True. Yeah, they turn to the red lights or what have you.
Yeah, and they try to blind him and like, I think again, like we always say, if you're gonna go into a story, go 100% or don't do it, because I'm paying attention to what you're doing. I'm listening to what you're telling me. I'm following your story, and you're just pissing me off more and more every time I see it.
Yeah. Especially the way they seem to bring up huge things like the Alexa Bliss angle, which lasted at least 2 to 3 weeks.
She flew, and then we haven't seen her again.
Like she died? Like he killed her? Like the same way he died in the slump? Did her fall on the mat? Did she just like, oh no, she can't work no more. She's gone. It's so bizarre. It feels like they rushed this part of the evening. It feels like this is the match that maybe they ran out of time.
Yeah.
And this is what they had to do, because this was a false count anywhere match, and they only did one fall in that little area.
Yeah.
And then they came back.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that happened, and that pissed me off. And from that point on, I wasn't invested in the match.
I think again, this is coming just like the Dakota Kai and Io Shirai match. The best part of this match was the ending, and not the ending of the match. It was the what happened after the ending.
You're right.
And that stole the show. That kind of like took my attention. Like I was like, oh shit, Roman! Oh yeah, Roman's back.
Yeah. Yes.
New teeth and all.
With that Colgate smile.
But yeah, the match was disappointing. It was sloppy as hell. There was no big moves. They were just slapping each other and hitting each other, and there was nothing really special of anything of this, or even a storytelling aspect of this either. Like, even if you're like Braun Strowman's character, wouldn't you try to like distract him by trying to take off the mask or trying to move the mask and shit?
True that. And
then there's a lot of things you could easily do within the storyline, how you told us the story. Again, Alexa not being there does not make, like, it's just dumb. Like, and you kind of had little things with her, and especially her not. So the one thing I'd said this in last week's cast, it was like the one thing, if you notice, Alexa has not changed her outfit.
Yes.
She stood in the same outfit. Like that was something that was a key thing that I was like, all right, she has not changed. So basically, she has been like in a limbo kind of thing, and that's what they were selling. Well, that's what I see. I'm trying to create something.
That you saw that, and I saw the real world thing was they all filmed this in the same day.
Yeah, they all filmed this in the same day,
and so it turns out that's probably what happened, because we get this end result and nothing happened. So maybe they did all film that in one day. Like, yo, come on.
There's also a big thing that they could easily, like, waiting for Payback to be a big thing and probably end the story.
I hope. You got more optimism with that than me.
Yeah, I'm trying to be positive with it, but I was really disappointed with this match. I was really disappointed. Roman Reigns made the match.
Yeah, he showed up and said, "What's up, bitches?"
Yep, speared everybody.
Literally.
Like, everyone's like, "Oh, he's a heel, he's a babyface." Like, he's just Roman, and he came back and kicked ass. That's it.
Yeah, he just whooped everybody's ass.
You don't know the direction.
His sweetest shirt.
Yeah.
It literally says, "Wreck everyone and leave."
Yep.
That's what he did.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Listen, he gave you the message.
Exactly.
It was nice seeing him back. I think SmackDown could use him, and I feel like he was missed. I think he was missed.
I appreciate him.
But I think the space of him not being there for a while makes me more appreciate him come back as well.
I'm scared because now he's coming back into a situation where I have to worry about what kind of dumbass situation he gets written into now.
Yeah.
because that's been the thing of a lot of the people I like the most is where's Aleister Black?
Yeah.
He got his eye taken out. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
What? So where's Seth Rollins is a kooky cult leader. I'll take that. But like you see what I'm telling
Yeah.
the trend is all my favorite people have just they've been this is probably I'll be honest with you, besides the girls, besides the golden role models,
Yeah.
this is probably creatively the worst time I've been watching wrestling.
Yeah.
It really is. Some of my favorite people have been given absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like how you make the Fiend whack. That's why I'm so mad about this match.
Like how
I'm
like
so mad.
yeah, I was disappointed. I'm gonna give it 1.5.
Give it a 1. I give it a 1. I told you the entire time, Mark, like
Yeah.
they kept telling us Braun is a monster man now.
Yeah.
Okay. You sold me on we're gonna see Monster Braun. Badass. He keeps saying I'm evil. He didn't do not one evil thing during this entire match. He didn't gouge his eyes out. He didn't punch him in the balls. He didn't bite him. He didn't do anything. He didn't threaten anybody not involved in the match.
Yeah. Threaten screen.
This was the most regular. He just wore mesh pants.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like this was the most regular Braun match I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was so let down.
Yeah, I agree.
Corey Graves had the nerve to say Godzilla versus King Kong.
No, that was a better
I'm about to slap you, Graves. If I see, I love him, but Graves, you messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whack.
It was whack. It was pretty bad. Like, a little thing I was a little disappointed with is the lack of the IC championship. You could easily put AJ and Jeff Hardy rematch. I don't know why they dropped the title to Jeff.
Maybe a match for Payback. I don't know.
I hope so. And then Joseph Parks, I want him involved, so put him more on TV.
Yeah, please.
I was mad that Big E didn't have a match. I was mad that
very weird. Very weird.
I was mad, and then you had him kind of with Sheamus. I would have took Sheamus versus Big E at just thrown in SummerSlam.
Or hey, let's give Lucha House Party some more shine. Let's throw him back in the tag match.
I think that's what's gonna happen in Payback. I think Payback is gonna be a tag. All the tag titles are gonna be on the line and things like that.
Okay.
So we'll see. Because I know the Golden Role Model's going to defend their tag titles as well.
That's true. This is true.
But yeah, let's see what happens this week because that match was no bueno.
Yeah, this was a lot different from pay-per-views weekends of the past. It was just the pay-per-views were good, but man, there were just some real disappointments. It was just like ones they spent a lot of time on too. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
Manny and Sonya got time.
Yeah.
Braun and Bray got way too much time.
Yeah.
For it to end as badly as it did.
Yeah.
Not happy.
At least Roman did some.
Yeah, but like even that, it was just like, what's gonna happen now? They're gonna have a 3-way match between the three of them.
Yeah.
Please, the sooner you distance everybody from the Fiend and having them in their new things that are disappointing, like the new Braun is disappointing.
Yeah. So
let the Fiend go off and fight somebody else, but don't involve Roman and the Fiend and Braun. Like that's.
I think Roman and the Fiend should be built because Roman is one of his past like.
Yeah, I don't mind, but like this thing you just made.
Yeah.
It's got stink all over it.
Because the way that the Fiend was working, it was the fact that he was going after people that did him wrong, and Roman is one of them. Roman was on the list. He was at one of the pictures on the back, so. It was going to be timed when he was going to go after Roman. So
let's hope Braun's not involved.
Yeah, why don't y'all just beat up Braun? Yeah, both tag team beat up Braun. We don't like Braun anymore.
He's not a monster no more.
Stupid
He's just a man.
Head. He's got a bald head.
It sucks. They did no monster stuff. He didn't lift anything. He ran through a barricade. Everybody does. Cesaro does that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
He didn't do nothing. At least move the ring or some shit.
He didn't even do a choke slam on the announce table right. He the Fiend's back landed on the edge of the table and he got messed up. Like, dude, come on.
There was no lifting. There was no nothing. You did nothing.
They tried to sell the running power slam like it was the atomic bomb. Listen to Corey Graves during this match when he does that. I'm mad at Corey. He messed up,
Oh
dog.
man. So overall, SummerSlam, what grade you give it?
Still about the same. 3.75. Just like NXT. It was just a good show, but damn, the ones that were bad were disappointing, man.
Yeah.
Made me sad.
And the sad thing is, the two that were like the disappointing matches had the most time to build a story.
Oh yeah.
So
And I will not lie, Sonya versus Mandy was my most anticipated match.
me too. I was excited for it, like especially after, what was it? Like the way they ended, and then they put a Retribution to end it, and it pissed me off. And that's when they showed the prop, chainsaw. Before that, you had the brawl between them two, and it was actually really good.
And all those promos of Sonya is like, damn,
Yeah, she was
she's
killing
on
her.
fire. On fire.
She was killing it. Hopefully, she comes back eventually. But right now, she's going to be out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. It's 100% understandable. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
This is the Wrestling Babble, our SummerSlam and NXT Takeover review. Please like, subscribe, and share all our stuff. You can follow us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitch TV, or Market the Mic. Our Facebook page is the Wrestling Babble and the Red Cycling page. We are very active on those. And follow Red Cycling on
Everything, anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That's YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, where you can hear this and the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. And we got a WordPress, y'all. Check it out.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Check out Jackie's page. Jackie has a Twitch channel that she does every weekend. She's been playing Last of Us and a couple other games. I think she's gonna do Little Monsters or something like that. But Emperor Carriot, that's her Twitch. Check it out. Follow, like, subscribe. She also has a YouTube channel, the same name. So definitely check it out. Peace out, laters, and stay tuned for Gets Better Elsewhere podcast.
Hopefully, Jinky's sandwiches are not disappointing like that Braun Strowman match.
That was a match that Jenkins would have liked.
Dude, how dare you? He likes the Big Show. Big Show has better matches than that.
He liked big men.
But yeah, but he at least like some substance to his matches. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And always remember to follow Jinkies. The sandwiches.
6 feet.
6 feet sandwich.
Yeah.
That's a big ass sandwich.
You'll probably eat it. You better